Hi guys, Adam here with Adam L Photography and Okinawa Vision. Got a little product review for you here today in the photography field. We're going to be looking at some off-camera flash triggers. Now today I've lined up two different sets of triggers. Basically one is the industry leader and the other is what would be considered a third-party rip-off. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how they both stand up against each other and finally which one I would go with. So I'm just going to basically start off with no opinions to it. I'm going to just talk about how they work. So we're going to start with, first ones are the Pocket Wizard Plus 3. Now I've got a little setup here with two Pocket Wizard Plus 3 units and a Yongnuo YN562 flash set to manual mode. I'll just wake that up now. Okay, yeah, there it goes, it fires away. So with the Pocket Wizard Plus 3 you have basically a transceiver, so it is a transmitter and receiver all in one. 32 channels, 4 zones. So for you people who don't know what that is, there's 32 different radio channels you can choose from. If you're having interference on one, you can maybe switch to another and get a better reception. And there's 4 zones, A, B, C and D, so you can change between your receivers and have one receiver on, say, zone A, that'll trigger that flash, and another one on zone B, which will trigger that flash. And then quite easily with the transmitter that's on your camera, you can choose either zone A or zone B or zone A and B, C and D, whatever you want to do, and have a little bit more control over your flashes without having to run around and check each individual one or turn them off. So that's quite a nice little feature. There's many other features with this. It has a long range mode and a higher shooting speed mode. I think 14 frames per second is what they advertise it at. It also apparently has the ability to remote trigger your camera. However, that cable was not included with them, and it's an extra. Last check was like $50 for a cheap looking one, $100 on other sites. So I'm not sure which one's which, but so $50 to $100 to buy the cable in order to use them as a remote trigger for your camera, a shutter release for your camera, and funnily enough, that was one of the big advertisements that went in, and it wasn't included in the box. That is an extra. Keep that in mind. I did not know that at the time, and was quite disappointed when I did get it. So yeah, they're quite a sturdy unit. They run on 2 AA batteries in the back, which the unit basically tends to chew through those batteries pretty quick in my experience. Probably get about 1 full day shooting, and you'll be blinking red and burnt through that battery by the end of that day for sure. So they do that well. Now the unit itself, what I've got here, just connects to the flash using a little sync cable, and usually I mount that onto my top of my light stand, and this just rubber bands. It's got like a rubber band mount which I use that connects it to my light stand. I haven't got that with me right now. So yeah, basically what you can do is you take your transmitter, slide it into the hot shoe. I've got it on my D3S here. Your receiver set over here connected to the flash. Make sure your sync speed is 250th or below, and take a shot. There you go. Triggers the flash, and you get an off-camera flash. That's simple. That's what it's for. That's what it does. Okay. Now I'm going to talk now about a different model, which is the Yongnuo RF603N flash triggers in combination with the Yongnuo YN563 speedlite. The reason I use these in combination is the YN563 speedlite is now coming with its own built-in wireless receiver, so you can trigger this flash using one of these and no cables and no other parts necessary, which is very nice. So let me just take this Pocket Wizard off of here, and we're going to turn on my Yongnuo flash. There we go, we're switched on there. It's all turned on, and I'm going to turn on my YN603N 2.4 GHz receiver. Slide that into the hot shoe of my camera. It's on, it's connected. Take my shot at 250th, and boom, right there and then I've got my flash triggered, no problems. Fantastic, simple and easy to use. So what can we really talk about both these units and discuss how they work, pros and cons? So let's just put them side by side here. Okay, so just looking at them side by side, I'll put that down there. Pros and cons. All right, let's talk about the Yongnuo system. What I like about the Yongnuo system, I hope I'm saying that correctly, is that it's just simple. Everything's built into these two tiny units. It's small, it's compact. I don't have to have things hanging off my light stand. The trigger itself is small on my camera. It's quite sleek. It's almost built exactly to go in line with the top prism of my camera here. So there's very little to get caught on stuff or smacked around. Here's the big kicker that I like. Two of these units together are about $40. The flash is about $70, all in with two transmitters and a flash. You're looking at $100 and $120 all in. However, with the Pocket Wizard, each one of these units is about $150. You're going to need to connect it to your flash via a cable. You're going to need to secure your receiver to the light stand. They run on AA batteries, which they chew through quite quickly. So you basically you're carrying extra weight, extra batteries, extra gear, cables, things to get broken, things to go wrong. I look at the Pocket Wizards and I see more opportunity for something to go wrong. Now, in my experience, the Pocket Wizards have been misfiring continuously. I've been having all kinds of problems with the Pocket Wizards. Yongnuo, not a misfire to be seen. They're working fantastic. They work at great range. Yeah, they're perfect, and I'm using them both in exactly the same environments, and without a doubt the Yongnuo is firing a lot better. The build quality is much lower, that's true. The reputation, the brand name, you know, it's much weaker, but the product and what it does is fantastic. And here's the other thing I like about it. If I drop one of these receivers, I've still got the extra one to trigger, so I've got no problems while I'm on the fly. If I smash both of them, I'm only out $40. Easy. That's why I like to use them. Now here's another thing that I liked about these Yongnuo triggers. I'm going to show you now. They include this lovely little cable, which I can hook right here to my camera's release socket for the shutter. Plug that one into there. Now I have with my second transceiver, because these are also transceivers, press the button and I can take photos. Now while I'm taking that photos, it's also triggering my flash. Wonderful, what an amazing trick to have. One thing I don't like about this is that it won't autofocus, or there's no half press to get my focus in, as far as I know. Yep, no, it doesn't do a half press to get my focus, so I'm going to have to pre-focus my camera before firing these, but if I do have that, it is a brilliant tool. Now the Pocket Wizards will also do this with the right cable, and the cable for this trigger and the Pocket Wizards won't work together. And as I am led to believe, the Pocket Wizards half pressing the test button will wake up the camera and get the focus. But I haven't had a chance to test that because the cable wasn't included. So that's my 2 cents. If I was asked today which system I would recommend, I would be with the Yongnuo all day long. The Pocket Wizard's going to go get dusty in my drawer, all over there, and my D3S and my D800 are going to be buddied up with this nice little Yongnuo system that only cost me $120, $110 depending on where you buy it. So that's my take on it. If you got any questions, drop a comment on this video. If you have anything you'd like to add to what I've spoken about here, feel free to drop a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're looking for anything else to have reviewed, just let me know. And if I'm interested, I'll try to get that video up there for you as soon as possible. This is Adam L here, and hope this has been informative. Happy shooting.